What's going on, everybody? This is Ted with tfwebworks.com, and in this video I'm going to be showing you how to add a simple, easy, and powerful blog to your website with just a few lines of code. Stay tuned. Okay, so let's not waste any time. We're going to hop right off into this one by clicking login, and we're presented with our admin panel for the design blog. Alright, so this video is going to be longer than the other one because this blog, even though it's simple, has a few more features and functionality than the slideshow and the simple CMS that we reviewed earlier. So just keep that in mind, bear that in mind, bear with me for this video, and I'm going to try to go over as much as I can. So the first thing that you notice up here is you have your posts, and that's the section that we're in right now. You can click a new post, which that's going to be us creating a new post. You have a blog preview, which if we click on that right now, we shouldn't have anything showing, which we do not. And then you have a Rss feed. That's kind of like old school. You used to see like the little orange icon with the little white radio frequency waves on it. You don't really see this being used too much today. We're not going to use it in this video here, but at least you have the option. So next thing you go to is your comment section. This is where all your comments will show up at. Categories, because the blog has categories. So let's go ahead and create one of those right now. I'm just going to come up with some random stuff, and whatever I do, I'll try to get some photos to match. If not, I might just fly up some random photos. Matter of fact, I might call this category random. Let's do that. Haha. Alright, let's create another one just to have some options. We'll call this one sweets. Yeah, got that one already. And we'll call this other one let's call it tech. Wait, what was that? Tattoos? I'll call it tattoos. Boom. So we got 3 categories created that quick. So what you're gonna do when you create a post, you're obviously gonna select which category you want that post to go into. But let's go back up here and look at options. So with the options page, we have a number of posts per pages. I'm just gonna go ahead and leave that at 6, but you can increase it. Show menu with categories, I'm going to leave that on yes. Show the post date. Show the post on the date published. Now this is a pretty neat feature in my opinion, because what this allows you to do is, let's say you like to do all your writing on a Sunday evening, you know, you're relaxing, you've done everything you need to do for the day, and you just settle down on a Sunday evening and want to write out your blog post for the week. And let's say you post on your blog 3 times a week. You could go ahead on Sunday and write out all 3 blogs and schedule them. And if you select this on yes, it will only post or show that post on the date and time that you schedule it for. So if you schedule a post for the 4th of July, and as of the day that I'm recording this video, it is, you know, February the 27th, 2017. If you created a post for the July, you know, the 4th, then that post will stay into your list. It'll show in your list only to you, only to the admin, but it will not post on your front end of your website until the time and date of July the 4th that you created for. So I think that's a powerful and a nice little feature for this little small blog script, because it allows you to go ahead and do your work and have it already ready. You know, even if you don't go as far as July the 4th, you could just plan it out for the next week or the following week and have everything ready, and this thing will automatically post it for you. So, you know, that right there alone could have been an extra feature at an extra cost, but it's included in this software, and I like that. I like that feature. So the next feature says default number of characters that will appear on the home page. and it's set at 90. We're going to leave that alone. And what that basically is like you're gonna the software is gonna like preview or show these thumbnails and a preview of the blog post to entice any visitor to click on it. And so the first 90 characters of whatever the blog post is about is going to be the only thing that shows. And so in order for everybody to continue reading that blog post, they'll have to click on the thumbnail and go to the actual blog page. So they'll get like the first 90 characters of the blog post, and then to read the rest of it, they have to click on it. So that's a pretty neat feature. This self-explanatory. Show the search box on it. We're going to keep that on yes. And show the share buttons. This is pretty much your social media, Facebook, Twitter. You know how you can share those. This script provides those share links already, and we can have it on the right side or the left side of our blog post page. And this right here pretty much indicates what page we're going to put our blog on. So I'm going to go ahead and change that. To blog /blog.php. Server time. I don't like to use my server because, I mean, if I'm in Central America and my server may be in California, well, it's going to be an hour behind me. So I want to select where I'm at, which is Central Standard Time. And then you just click save. And it said admin options saved. So we're all good on the admin options. Next, we can go ahead and tackle this comment section. For the purpose of this video, I mean, I'm gonna not even be dealing with comments, but I wanted to show you this section because this is where you will handle all of that. And I strongly advise, I mean, you're watching this on YouTube, so you know how YouTube is, you know. I don't agree with allowing just random people to come comment on my videos. I want to approve those comments first because we know how people are, and it's 2017. We know how people are. You could be talking about a dang on bubble bath, and somehow or another in the comment section, it's going to be turned into race. It's going to be turned into politics. It's going to be turned into all this negativity. And I don't see why people even allow their comments to be, you know, not moderate their comments. You're not going to post a comment on my video or on my website without me moderating it first. I don't care who you are. I mean, but I'm getting a little bit off topic. So this is where you can control that. I would definitely keep this approval checked because you want to approve any comments because you just people are immature. And they'll say anything. It's not even pertaining to your website or your post. So, but if you're one of those people that don't care, you can uncheck this and all the comments will automatically go to your site. You can turn off comments by default. You can select yes, and then those will be turned off automatically. This is going to be the order of how the comments are from new at the top or new at the bottom. It has a reCAPTCHA for your to kind of like spam, to kind of clear out spam. So it'll kind of like offer these you the ability to prove that you're a human. You're starting to see these a whole lot more. I like them. I like to challenge a person to go that extra step instead of just submitting my form. You got to tell me that you're a human. And you can choose those. And this is kind of like a theme for the reCAPTCHA, whatever color you want. And then you just save that. And let's say you're allowing comments on your website, but you get this person or a couple people that just continue to leave spam and hate mail or whatever kind of crap that's being left in the comments. You can kind of find their IP address and you can add that IP address to this box, and you can kind of ban them from using your website. And you can create a list of banned words as well. So let's scroll back up here and check on the visual options. Now I'm not going to go through every single one of these. It's going to take you, playing around with these till you get the look and feel that you want. But what this section basically does is kind of like controls the style sheet or your colors, your fonts, your font colors, your font size, your font family. I mean, this does save you time from, you know, having to know CSS and having to go off in there and manually code this. So this is a great feature. Again, in my opinion, if you wanted to change the fonts, the general fonts or the main font of the whole entire blog, all you have to do is just select one from this drop down list and then click save. This section right here is gonna let you choose the color of that font. This right here, what inherit means is whatever size your fonts were when you designed it, whenever you designed your website template or whatever size font the website template has whenever you purchase it or whatever, the blog will inherit that font size if you leave this to inherit. Now, if you want to choose the size, you could obviously choose it, but if you just leave it to inherit, it will pretty much pick up wherever your website left off and kind of makes things blend in a whole lot better by using inherit. Text align, it'll do that same thing if you leave it to inherit. Your general line height, you can choose that. That's pretty much like the line height of your fonts. Even though you may have a 20 pixel font size, you may want your line height to be 22 pixels just to give it a little space above it and a little space below it. General background, you can pick a color for that if you want, but I'd probably leave that alone if I were you. Now this blog width you're going to want to play around with. We'll come back to this once I actually start adding some posts so we can see the difference in this. As right now it's set for 800 pixels wide, so that's going to set us in a container that's 800 pixels wide, and that'll be our limit. So this thumbnail ratio is going to kind of like choose the size of the thumbnail. You can do a square, you can do the 4:3 or the 6:9 ratio. We're going to leave it at 4:3. And thumbnails per line, I'm assuming that means the columns. So like we might have a thumbnail right here, and thumbnail right here if we set it to 3. I'm going to set mine to 4. So I'll probably have 4 columns once we start doing adding some posts. So I'm gonna click save on that. And you're just gonna go down through here and do that same thing. Every section is pretty much self-explanatory. It's giving you the means to style each one of these. So our categories menu, we can style that. Our search box, we can probably play around with that a little bit, just a little bit. Yeah, you only got three options for that, so that's good. I mean, because you don't want to really get into, you know, it's a search box. So, I mean, you don't want to get into coding that too much. I mean, all you really want it to do is function right and search your website. So you'll get a chance to play around with these once you get your copy and log in. I can see a typo right here. I might want to tell the developer about this. That's just a small typo. Visual options for the comment section. I'm assuming, yeah, that's going to control the look of the comments. So if you're going to allow comments on your website, this is pretty much going to control that. And once again, once I start actually making some posts, I may revisit this section or these sections to kind of let you guys get a look at how those work. Language options. This is basically controlling pretty much all the text that the blog has. So if you didn't want it to say home, you want to say something else, you could change it right here. There's a link at the bottom of all the posts that says older posts. You could change that to previous, and you could change this newer post to next. It just gives you the option to make it your own and say the things that you want to say. But I'm going to leave those alone for right now. And yeah, those are pretty much all your options that you're going to get. It's going to be up to you to go in there and familiarize yourself with that and play with it. But once again, I'll try to revisit this section once I actually start getting some content made. So let's go ahead and start trying to make some posts and some content. Go ahead and click new post. And as you can see right here on the publish date, that's pretty much set for today for me and my time. I'm Central Standard Time. And then today is the 28th of February 2017. So I'm just going to leave that like it is, and by doing that, the status is posted. I could choose to hide it myself manually, or I could just leave it as posted and it's going to post automatically because I leave it right here. But if I choose a further date, it doesn't matter what status I choose right here. If I choose a date in the future, even if I have posted selected, it's not going to show that post until that date and that time. So once again, I think that's a real powerful feature right there, because I mean, you could sit there and type out a week's worth of blogs and then just chill for the rest of the week or the month, because this thing is going to handle it for you. So once again, I think that's a nice feature. Categories, and we created these earlier, so we're just going to select a category. Just going to put random for right now. And you want to create a title. And these blog titles are important. You know, this is going to help you with your SEO, you know, search engines find you. So take the time to come up with a clever blog title. I'm just going to go search my desktop for some photos. Let's use SpongeBob. Go grab some dummy text. Paste that in there. And once again, we can set that 90 characters. You can pretty much individually set for your blog post, but what you saw earlier in the options was kind of like setting the default tone, you know. So we had 90 in our options earlier, so it put 90 as a default, but you can still change this if you like to. Allow comments posting. I'm going to check no. I'm going to click save. So now let's just click on our blog preview. And here we go. Now we're starting to see something. It's starting to come to life now. We got our blog, clever blog title with SpongeBob, and it even has a nice little animation, zoom in, zoom out animation. Now watch this. If you click on Sweets category, there shouldn't be anything there. Tattoos, shouldn't be anything there. Go back to random. It's showing that blog title, and you click on all, it will show every blog that you have posted. So let's go back off in here and create another one. I'll let you watch me create just one more, and then I'll create the rest and put you guys on pause while I create those. Let's just create one more with you guys watching. All right. Put my content in there. Take off the comments. You know what? I'll leave these on so you guys can see what it looks like at the bottom. All right. Just give this page a refresh. And there's our next post. Let's make music together. Let's click on that and go to the details page. And so here's our blog post. And as you can see, this is where people would, you know, make their probably derogatory comments. But if you allow it, it will post, you know, right here. And if you're gonna approve it, you know, it will not post instantly until you approve it. And this is that capture that we selected with the clean theme selected. So, and okay, yeah, I forgot about those. There go your older post link and your newer post. You remember earlier I said in the language options, we could change this if we wanted to, but I left everything like it was. But you could change this to previous and next if you wanted to. Just some examples of what you could do. So you click this and you'll go back to our home page. So give me a minute and I'll be right back with a few more blog posts. All right, folks, I'm back. And as you can see now, we have quite a bit of blog posts. As you can see right here, the software is nice enough to tell us we have 12 posts. So that's a pretty nice feature as well. So let's say you got so many posts here, you know, this stuff is going to start building up on you. But let's say you're looking for your DIY kitchen post, which is right there. You can start typing DIY and bam. You can search for a post too, and what you're going to want to do, this is a nice feature, because once you start adding a lot of blog posts in here, man, it's going to build up and you won't be able to find anything. So having a search is a great feature. Then you just go right back to our post list. So now let's look at this, see what this thing looks like in our preview. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 posts showing to us. And the next few posts will be on the next page. So, and the reason we have it like that is because of that option that we chose. Let's go back to options. And you see this right here, number of posts per page. We have it set to 6. Now watch what happens when I go ahead and select 12. We'll save it. And let's refresh our page. Refresh it twice for me for some reason. Boom. You see that? That's nice. And if we had one more, if we had just one more post, a 13th post, you'd see that pagination back down here, the 1 and the 2. That lets you know you have another page. But since I have 12 posts exact and I chose 12, it's no need for that. From the moment that you add another post, you'll get that pagination back. So yeah, now comes the fun part. This is just our preview. And as you can see, if you look from this edge to this edge, that's going to correlate to that visual options, was it? General style. That 800 pixels. That's why we're looking like this. That's why we're kind of narrow here in space. You know, depending on the size of your monitor, this may be actually big, you know, depending on how it looks to you. But this is kind of narrow to me. I'm on like a 22-inch, 24-inch monitor. So what I like for my stuff to do is be fluid or responsive. So I'm just going to take that 800 pixels out, click save, and let's see what we get. I'm going to refresh this page a couple times. Boom. Yeah, I like that, man. I like the way that looks. So that's better for me. You know, you may not like this. You may want to set a size in here, you know, instead of having it responsive, but I like the way this looks right here. So now, here comes the fun part. We need to add this blog into this design. And we don't want to add it to the home page because our home page is our home page. You know, you got something different on the home page. So I got 2 more pages here I can play with. What I'm probably going to do is use this page, and instead of calling it company, I'm going to rename it to blog. So let's go ahead and go into our C panel, control panel. And here it is. Here's that file right here. Company, HTML. That is, well, where are we at? That's this page here. So let's change you to blog.php. Blog.php. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to hit code editor. And what we're going to want to do now is just find all this dummy text within our actual file. And here it is. Here's all that dummy text that we're going to replace with our blog right here. But before we do that, just to keep this, you know, I may be stepping a little bit out of you guys' realm right now, but just to keep this going correctly, we want to clean this up because all we got is 3 pages. But for right now, our home page has a sub menu, and that was because of the design, the way I created the design. So we're going to get rid of that sub menu. And now we're going to also change this company HTML to blog.php. And we're going to change this home.html to index.php. And we're going to leave it like that for right now. Well, we want to change company to blog. I'm going to click save. Let's go and see if that works up here. Refresh. Refresh. Jesus. Oh yeah. I got to change the page in my address bar to blog.php. There we go. Now you see that? We got the pages renamed. And you may not can see it down here, but when I link over home, you'll see that it's index.php down there. When I link over blog, it's blog. So if I click on this, it should take me to our first page. And there we go. Now, did I do that for this? No. As you can see, the home page, which I didn't edit, is still saying company.html. So let me run off in there real quick. to the index.php, click on my code editor, and we're going to want to find the company. There we go. We want to change this to blog.php. We want to change the word company to blog, and now we're all good to go on that. So I'm going to close that out. I'm going to refresh our home page a couple times, and boom, blog.php. So let's get back to that blog.php page, and now let's grab us some PHP code from this tab right here, put on web page. But we're going to want to navigate to this put on web page. And now, as you can see, once again, that's why I said this is going to be a longer video, because the blog is a bigger package than your slideshow or the content management system was. So we got a few more lines of code to use. So I'm going to copy that. Let's go back. We're going to find all that text that needs to be replaced, and just copy and paste that code there. So that just replaced all of that text. And now we're going to go back, and we also need this at the very beginning of our HTML code, which is right here before the doc type. I'm going to paste that in there, and I like my stuff to be clean, so I just took that break out of there. Click save. Let's go back. And this right here is just for SEO purposes. You want to go ahead and replace your title, your keyword, or your description tags with that piece of code. And what it's going to do is replace it with information from the blog. So we're going to click save on that, and we should be good to go. Once again, this is if you were keeping an HTML page, so that's why I didn't touch this. As you can see, that's one way of using it. I used the second way of using it, which was the PHP. So that's why I just copied these 3 lines of code. Losing my voice. All right, so this is what our preview looks like. This is what our site looks like. Let's refresh this one more time, and we should have something going on here, folks. There we go. You see that? Real simple, real easy. It's in our website with just a copy and a paste. It's in our website. So now what I'm going to do is let's click on a couple of these. I can't really remember which one I left the comments on. All right, here go one. So just to show you guys kind of like what these comments can be like, and you having to having to make a choice. Honestly, basically, you're gonna have to make a choice on whether to just allow these comments, because you know you may operate a website, you may operate a blog, but you may also still work. So you feel like, oh man, I don't have time to be checking all these comments on my website, so I'm just gonna let them automatically post. That's pretty much the #1 reason why people let posts automatically, go on the YouTube page, go on the website or whatever blog, is because they don't want to deal with it, and they just rather allow it to be, quick and easy. So if that's you, you're going to automatically post, and then you're going to come home or get to your website, and you're just going to have a buttload of crappy comments that pretty much have nothing to do. They'll start off having something to do with your post, but eventually they're going to turn into nonsense. And so here's an example. I go over here to the comments, and we got some comments. As you can see, it's not approved. I mean, I would have to approve this. It's not approved, so it's not showing. But it's on the post, the latest innovation in speed, which that's the post we're on right here. So you don't see it. It's 0, no post comment, no comments posted, nothing showing. So let's say you get home and you see, oh man, Jebediah Smith posted a comment on my blog. Let's see what he's saying. You click on the pencil and you can see all of his information, his name, his email, and here's his post. There is no way this is the latest speed technology, because I am the smartest person alive and I know better. That's why I come to site like yours and make comments, because my life is so good. All I have time to do is leave comments on people's websites with my 100% accurate and perfect opinion. Me? This guy's not getting approved. But you, hey, you may say, you know what? I like that. I'm going to approve it. You click update. And he has been approved. Let's go to the blog. Refresh our page one more time. And let's see. Jebediah Smith's comment is now on your blog. Number 1. Posted on the 28th of February. So that's pretty much how you do it. You can approve it, or let's just say if you had it set to, to not approve, this would have been there waiting for you on your website live for everybody to see. If you're cool with it and you like it, hey, cool beans. But I mean, come on, guys, you've seen it. It's a lot of inappropriate stuff out there. That's the only point I'm trying to make. We need to clean up the web, and I feel like it's website owners and YouTube channel owners. You can't really remove yourself from the situation. You look at it like, well, hey, I didn't say it, but hey, you provided the medium for it to be said. You posted the video and you allowed people to comment freely. All you got to do is check that checkbox in your settings and set it to approved comments on YouTube, and then you can approve it. I have no problem with taking criticism or anything about my work. If it's pertaining to my video or to my work or to my website, I have no problem with it. But we should not allow all this nonsense to be said, because we're just adding fuel to the fire. That's my opinion. And I felt like this was probably the perfect time for me to say it, because we're dealing with where most of it happens, which is blog posts and YouTube channel comments. I mean, we got to clean up the web, man. It's inappropriate. And that's just my 2 cents on it. Anyway, that's where you would control that, and that's how it would look. Approved or not approved. If you can approve it, if you want to approve it, you would do that. If not, you could even go off in there and you can see this guy's IP address, and you take that and you go back to the options page and you could ban him. I think that was up on the comment options, and we would take that IP and we pop it right there, save it, and that guy should not be able to come back to your website. It should probably just block him completely from him even coming to your website. That's how you would do that. I want to go off in here and show you. You see how this blog post is just pretty much the post that we made. There's no image or no pictures or anything pretty to look at, because after you clicked on that initial thumbnail, it took us to this page. You click on that and now you're just on the content page. Well, let's say you did want to add an image in there. So what you do is you go to that post, the latest innovation in speed. You click on the pencil, and okay, so this is the thumbnail that we had uploaded, and that's what we originally see prior to clicking on the post. That's what you get. But let's go down here, and all you do is position your cursor. You see it blinking right there. You position that where you want your new image to be, and you click on this little mountain hill universal icon for pictures. In pretty much every WYSIWYG editor out there, this is the universal icon for pictures. You click on that, and now the nice thing about this, because not all WYSIWYG editors come with a browse your server button. Most of the time you have to put a URL, which means you'd have to have that image somewhere out there on the web saved already. But this one allows you to upload images, and I just so happen to have some already uploaded. Boom. All right, so now let's take this cool little cat right here. Shows me that that's 800 pixels wide by 591 pixels high, which I'm gonna leave it like that, but I'm gonna add some horizontal space of 8 and vertical space of 8 just to get it away from my text a little bit. And just an alternate text, I'll say cat, and then just click OK. So boom, now we got an image off in here with our text. I'm going to click on that. It's already centered. I'm going to move it to the left and just click update. Now let's go here. I'm going to go ahead and refresh 2 times for some odd reason. I don't know if it's my server. I don't know if it's my computer, my internet provider, what. I'm having to refresh twice just to get my updates. So click on this now. And where in the world is the... So I got to refresh on this page too. Jesus. There we go. There's that cat. There's that cat. Look at that cat. All right. So now you got an image off in your actual blog post. I've been speaking with the developer, and he's talking about he may add in the future. He may add the means to make the actual thumbnail be on the blog post as well. But for right now, if you want a picture to be in the blog post, you have to add it manually like I just did. And I mean, you can keep going from right here. You can keep going. That's one good reason why he left it like he did. Where in the world? Goodness grief, man. I don't know what's going on with that, folks. I'm sorry about that. It's just, it's annoying to me. It may not be bothering you guys. Anyway. So yeah, you could actually keep going. I mean, you added that big old picture of that cat right there. You can keep on going. Let's throw something else off in there. Let's get this guy shoving his face into his laptop screen. That's dumb as hell. I don't know why he's doing that. But anyway. Click on that. I'm going to right align that. Let me add some vertical space. Oh, I did already. Boom. Update that. Let's get back to this page. Refresh. Refresh. And yeah. So there, man. I mean, I just wanted to show you guys. You got the means to play around with this stuff. I mean, it's nice that it's provided in this simple type of format, because I just feel like WordPress complicates things, and everybody's using WordPress because, I mean, everybody else is using WordPress. I mean, it's kind of like a bandwagon thing. Skinny jeans came out, so everybody got to wear skinny jeans. I go against the grain, you know. I try to always be myself and do me, you know. I don't do what everybody else does. So I've been doing web design for years, and I've always looked for alternatives. Every once in a while, I'll do something with WordPress, but I mean, it's your personal choice. And this software, all I'm trying to say is it provides the opportunity to have a lightweight blog, and still, you know, I mean, it looks good, you know, depending on the design that you create. That's another thing, you know, you're kind of confined to whatever theme you purchase with WordPress or whatever theme you download. I mean, this allows you to create your own website however you want to create it. And then you just insert this into your website. So I fully support that. I think it's nice. And yeah. If you guys like this, man, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Hit that thumbs up button. Share this. And that'll keep me motivated and coming back with more videos on software just like this. Hey, thank you for watching.